hi guys is not really like driving home how I really want to refer to you. Hi fam bam, hi family. How are you doing? You're welcome back to Lola's Creations. As you can see on the channel name, my name is Lola and I reside in the United Kingdom, and I bring you awesome content. I'm happy, to learn, relearn, unlearn, and bring all this awesome content to you. I am glad that you are actually making this channel grow, and it is because of you that I can keep learning, ensure that I'm putting out the right thing, loving on this channel, you know, the courage to always come back is because of you. And to the new subscribers, thank you so much for coming. If you are just passing by, you saw this video, somebody shared it with you, please don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like button. Thank you so much for joining the family. Thanks for making this channel grow. And for people that have been here, you are the whole gist. You are the reason why somebody saw this video. It's because you subscribed that somebody else subscribed. So you actually matter a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you for allowing or making this channel grow. Okay. And yes, I'm happy about this particular one I'm doing because it talks about man. Talks about man, and that's why I'm doing it. I'm so happy. And let's dig right into the video because I'm going to be talking about what to look for in a man. If you are engaged, if you are about to get married, you are single, this video is for you. Before you say yes or before you say I do, these are the things that I feel like you should check out before you get married. The butterflies are there, he's a good man and all of that, but there are some important things that will transcend butterfly. There are some important things that your feelings cannot sustain in marriage. And I feel like probably if I had somebody to say this to me, I mean, thank God that eventually at some point it wasn't too bad to rectify, like in my past soon to be in my past to be relationships, most of them were not relationships that actually happened, but they are actually just things that I saw and I'm like, okay, it was hard, but then I made the decision. And I feel like you don't have to go down that route before you know what to actually look out for in a man. Okay, so let's dig right into the video. The first one and the very first thing is priority. What are his priorities? As little as it could be, I want you to sit down and just talk to yourself. What are the priorities of this guy? What have you observed? And also, before we go, before I keep talking, one of the things I don't want you to just it's not everything you will sit down and talk about. There are some things you will actually observe in him. There are some things you will see in his behaviors, in his random behavior, in his reflex actions. It will help you to decide exactly who he is and what he responds to, because I mean, aside what he says, the most important thing is his mindset. Okay, somebody can say something and do the opposite. You have to pay attention to what is this person not saying, because that is exactly who they are. Because who you are, I've learned, is not what in it is mostly not in what you say, it's actually what you do, especially when nobody's watching. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about now, I've written all of these points in my notebook, because I keep a journal so that I don't forget, or I don't, I'll be able to plan, research, and exercise. So if you see me looking down, it's because I've planned my I've planned my content, and I don't want to miss out on anything. All right. So the very first thing is priorities. What are his priorities? Okay. Um what when I say what are his priorities, okay, what what gets his attention? What are the things that he values? What are the things that if he's not paid for, he's willing to do them happily? What are the things that he is excited about? What are the things that his reflex action jumps at without even thinking about it? What are the things that he just that? What are his priorities? Priorities of his heart. What are his values? That is what I mean by priorities? What are his values? What does he hold dear to his heart? What are the things that, even if nobody's watching, he is doing them? Or even when he's not being rewarded, he's doing them. What are the things? Who is the person that he listens to, even when he is right? When he knows that he's on his right and all of that, and the person says, okay, do this one. It looks like, you are probably, he asks them to say sorry, even though you are right. Who is that person that he listens to regardless? That is what I'm talking about. So yeah, in addition to his priorities, like what he pays attention to, what are the things that he does every day? What are his routines? What are the things that he has to do every day? What are the rituals in quotes that he has to do? If you get what I mean, like what makes up his day? Is he somebody that gets up, does some exercise, or is it somebody that he wakes up, prays, and then he plans his day or something? Is it somebody that he wakes up and just anything happens? Is there is no plan, nothing, just anything just goes? Those are some of the things I'm talking about priorities. Just try to get around the point I'm talking about. The second thing I would advise that look out for, and or you ask, is pattern or patterns. Talk about his family, talk about how his mom and dad, it's how are your parents, and you know where you live current. I want to get married, right? And the person is not married already, so they are living somewhere. Why are you not living with your parents? Okay, those are the cogent questions you should ask. Is it because of work? Is it because of location? Is it because you think, okay, right now I'm matured and I should live on my own and live and build my life? Is that the reason why you moved out? Is there conflict at home? How is mom and dad's relationship? How are your siblings? Meet them, see them interact with each other, see the pattern that goes on in the family. It will determine a lot how your family is going to start, at least. Even though if the family is not so like rightly patterned, what are the processes that have been involved in this guy healing from whatever has happened? Or what are the processes that is involved in how he tends to move on from whatever has happened in his past family? Another thing, aside another pattern you need to pay attention, aside his parents and immediate family, are his exes. you know yes, talk about his exes. It might be very awkward to say, or I don't know, but I don't think it should be awkward really, because you should ask questions. Even if it's not official discussion, it might just be something randomly you're talking about, like, oh, what even happened to your past girlfriend? How did you break up? What happened? What was the deal breaker? All those things. Why did you split? Why did you come together in the first place? And all of that. That makes me remember one of the guys that actually asked me out. And you know those were one of the things that I looked at, and I'm like, no, I'm not. There's no way I can get with this guy, because the first thing is, he was talking about his exes, and he was talking about like verbal abuse, and how he would insult them. Even it said there was a particular one that actually went to report him to his mom, and while his mom was on the phone talking to him, he was raining abuses on the lady, like, why would you go to my mom and all of that. And in my mind, I'm like, that is first of all disrespect on your mom, because even though the lady has gone to report you for whatever reason, I mean, I won't be mentioning names and whatever has happened, but then insults in the presence of your mom is not the next thing. And then he was talking about, me, I'm always talking back to ladies, or I don't keep quiet for ladies, or and all of that. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And I'm like, of course I'm not going to preach to you. Yes, he's somebody that I had feelings for, but it's not going to work, okay? Because the future is very important to me, and I could already see patterns, okay? And it was actually big. And before we eventually said the ground, no, 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 like, it is definite. I can't even date you. He was trying to be verbally abusive towards me, and I told him, you can't say that to me. No, you can't. He's actually a big guy, like, he's one of the politicians. He's rich, he's handsome, yeah, he is, but no, okay, no, it's not going to happen. So yeah, look at patterns and don't deceive yourself. Even if he has changed, probably, you know something had happened in the past and all of that. What was the process that was in place for him to change? Not I have changed and then he has changed. No, it was a mindset, okay? And yes, the mindset has changed, but what was the process in place to maintain the change or to sustain the change, if you get what I mean? So yeah, those are the things like you need to and of course when it comes to like big issues, maybe something that happened maybe in the past marriage or past relationship, and now it has changed, these are the things you cannot undo yourself, okay? You need to seek somebody, that is knowledgeable in that area, marriage counselors, people that are actually professional marriage counselors, pastors, all those people that they are knowledgeable, they are not sentimental, they are not, yeah, those are the people that you need to you know get involved in that kind of case. And also patterns about work, as simple as how many jobs have you done, probably you're a nurse. How many jobs have you done? Why did you leave this particular job? Oh, it's because the MD talked to me and I don't like the way he talked to me, and then you quit. So you should know that if there is a conflict in your marriage, the first thing is talking about is divorce. All right. So if somebody does not have that conflict resolution, I mean, yeah, there are big issues that would have happened for them to quit wherever they have probably their jobs, but then not matters that could have been settled, not matters that could have been handled, you know, always running away from problems, not able to face what the issue is and tackle it and, just solve it, talk about all these things, their everyday lifestyle. What was their pattern around it? Just as simple as that, who are his friends, why did you not talk to this person anymore? Why are you not talking to that person anymore? Just all those things, and their response, the way they react, the way they respond are the things that you need to pay attention to make your decision. Okay. And of course, if you are already in the relationship and you think you've gone too far, not there is no way that is too far. Your future is very important, okay? And that's one of the reasons why this video is out there, so that you can make your decision. All right. So if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, before you go ahead, please do. So the next point I want to talk about is posterity and plans. Posterity and plans. So posterity is all about like your genealogy, kind of like your future. What what does the future hold, right? So now I'm not saying that definitely they must have an answer about what their future is all about, because not everybody has an answer. If you ask me about my future now, even as a married person, I might not be able to give you the full picture because I don't have the full picture. I am not God. Not everybody has that full picture. I mean, yeah, when I was getting married as well, it was not as if I had the full picture. If I ask one or two people, even big men that we have now, most of them will say, I think it was, I can't remember who it was that was saying that, I don't have it, I don't have that, was telling his wife that I don't have this, I don't have that, but, in the nearest future, we will be able to do this. And I'm sure that she also saw patterns, like, going back to patterns, she also saw like, she saw the way the integrity of the person, that's also one thing to pay attention to, integrity, are they people that they just say things and then it doesn't happen? Are they people that, today I want to go and learn data analysis, tomorrow I want to go and learn mechanical engineering, next tomorrow it is sound engineering? They are like inconsistent with what they actually have. What is their goal? What is the consistency they've had in the past? If they can't even talk about what is happening in the future, what about the present? What are you doing? What is in your hands to do? It might not necessarily be a job. I mean, I don't want to talk about people must definitely have a job before you can say yes to, we have people that they don't have jobs before people said yes to their proposals. Now, I'm not saying you must not have a job, at least to sustain the family. I just want you to get my point. Do you get? I don't want to sound biased at all. So what am I saying is that, what are the plans for the future? If he does not have, and I'm not saying by all means he must be educated. I mean, if for you, your man must be educated, please, by all means, go for educated fellows. And probably he must have PhD at least. Okay. But there are more important things that will actually matter in your marriage than in like than spoken English, if you get what I mean, than people with PhDs, okay, than educational qualifications, to wrap it up. Now, there are soft skills that you need to look out for in people. One of them is negotiation. Can they negotiate in conversations? Can they talk? Can they express themselves? Can they communicate without being abusive? Is it that if there is any issue, they're already calling names? Oh, you idiot, you stupid. What are they like in communication, even when the emotions are high? How are they expressing themselves? That is one. Also, conflict resolution. How are they resolving conflict? Are they being amicable? Do they listen to the other person? Are they always right? Okay, those are the things that you need to look out for in this person, to be sure that this person can actually communicate, can, keep the conversation going, because marriage is like till eternity by the grace of God, and you have a long way to go. Imagine, it is not every day that you think of having sex. It's not every day that you go out on dates. Some days, some weeks, some months, you actually sit in your house looking at each other, and you need to talk. You need somebody that you can carry the conversation going. You can actually keep talking until something is resolved. Okay, so that is what I mean by that. Soft skills, things that, financial intelligence. How do they? I would still get to money anyways, but soft skills, yeah. So what are they doing about all those things? They might not be able to name it that these are the soft skills I have, but look at the patterns. Still going back to patterns of, are they irrational when it comes to, you know some when they are being challenged? Probably you go out with somebody, and the attendant talks to them somehow, and then you saw the way, you just, do you know who I am, and all of those things. Just know that the day you challenge him as the husband, he's going to bounce on you. Okay, so yeah, posterity, and I've talked about that. So posterity and plans. What are the plans for the future? What do they think, or where do they see themselves? Maybe not in a particular place, but for what it has at hand right now, what effect will it have in your future? Now, what they have at hand right now, where will it lead in the future? What is the consequence of whatever they are doing right now in the nearest future? So I think that just summarizes everything. Right. So the next thing I want to talk about is pockets. Yeah. Money. Money. Yes, I'm talking about money, because because money is there are different definitions of money, but you need money. Okay, and I'm not talking about the hard currency. I'm not talking about hard cash. I'm not talking about paper money or the account balance. Now, what I'm talking about is, what is their mindset about money? How does this person view money? What is their disposition to money? If somebody comes to you to say, I don't have money now, and we'll be fine, our future is settled, and there is no pattern, there is nothing in place, nothing in plan, they are just sitting down doing nothing, my sister, you will walk and walk and walk and walk and walk your life until something happens to you. You don't want to do that to yourself. Okay, mindset about money. Are they financially literate? Are they How do they handle money? What do they think about money? Do they think that, you know do they think that, or does he think that he's ready to, increase his skills, he's ready to learn, he's ready to do something to make your life better, even though he's not there at the moment, but he's promising and he's working towards it. Even if you're not doing something, the moment you meet somebody that you think you want to spend the rest of your life with, what are you doing at that moment? Is there a turning point? Just all those things. Like, what is their is it are they people that they just, when once they have money, there is no plan, they just keep spending until the money disappears, and then they start all over again to start looking for money? Are they people that they don't know how to save? Are they people that they don't know how to, give? Are they people that they don't know how to budget? I mean, yes, we could start from somewhere, but are they ready to learn? That is another thing. Like, when you're telling them, my friend, or whatever you call yourself, this is, or maybe you're already in a relationship, you're like, babe, I think that, we can invest. And it's like, God has the future, there's no need for investment, there's no need for that and that. You are really in a big deal. People that don't believe in investment, people that don't believe in saving, people that don't believe in budgeting, when somebody comes this way, ask for money, they give. This one come, ask for money, they give. They are the overall seer, overall problem solver of everybody. By the time before you know it, it's your salary that they are coming to. So that is why you need to pay attention to how they handle money. What is their mindset about money? What are they doing about money, especially? Okay. And what is their financial plan towards the intending family? What is your plan? As yes, as a lady too, you are not supposed to depend on his money totally, but then what is his plan for his children? What is his plan for you as his wife? Okay, like your wedding plans, who is footing the bills? Hope it's not somebody that will be waiting for somebody to buy your wedding dress for you. Hope it's not somebody that will be waiting for somebody to pay for the house rent. Those are the codent things we are talking about, because after all, you will live somewhere after your wedding. After all, you will live, your children will go to school. After all, you will buy diapers. You are not going there to, give them the grace of God in exchange for what you have to buy. Okay, so what are the plans around all these things? All right, and then if you have maybe any career goals, what are the plans towards that as well? How do you want to do it? I once had a lecturer that said that the husband is a doctor and she's a nurse. So the plan in their family is that once the doctor is working on career development, the wife steps down, takes care of family, pays attention to everything 100%, because obviously, as a doctor, it will be in the hospital most times and all of that. And once it's done, the wife takes up her own career development. She takes up a course or something, and the husband oversees the home, oversees everything, and then she also faces her career development. And it's been working for them. For some people, they have to like employ nannies, everybody does everything together. So you have to plan around those things. What is the career? What are you working on now? How do you want to plan around your family life? All those things are questions you have to answer. Okay. And finally, and not finally, I'm talking about people. Who are the people around him? You know, I was listening to Bishop T.D. Jakes, and he was saying that if you have if you have five fools around you, you actually counted wrong, because there are six, and you are the sixth person, because you will be influenced by the environment, by the people that are around you. Okay. Like, for instance, when I first came to the UK, a lot of people, they will be like, oh, if it was Nigeria, the way you responded to a particular thing, it's not the way you respond to it here. It is basically environment. Your environment, changes everything about you. For instance, if it was Nigeria, if somebody tells you, oh, are you all right? The next thing you are thinking is, do you mean I'm crazy? Do you mean something is happening to me? But here, are you all right is simply a greeting. Like, instead of saying well done, if you say well done to somebody in the UK, they will look at you like, what have I done? I didn't do anything. Why are you saying well done to me? They will look at you in a very weird way. But if you say, are you all right? They respond back to you. It's just like a greeting to them. All right. So that is just to say that environment influences people. The kind of people you keep around you will influence you a big deal. And this is somebody you want to settle with. This is somebody you'll be making cogent life decisions with. You want to be sure he's surrounded by the right set of people. It can't be telling you, oh, this person is my friend, he's a drunkard, this one is a womanizer, but I don't do what they do. My dear, is the next person in line. You need to pay attention to the people he listens to, the people he references, the people who are his role models, who are the people that he searches on the internet from time to time to keep to date what's happening in their life. Who are the people he looks up to? Who are the people that are his level, that they rap together, they talk together, that they share life together? Who are the people that he controls? Who are the people that he oversees? Those are the things that you need to see. Another thing is, how does he treat people? Very aside knowing the people, how does he treat the people around him? How does he talk to his mom on the phone? How does he talk to his sisters? How does he talk to his friends that are females? How does he talk to his ogas that are females? Woman yẹn akweti pọ̀jù, kò tẹ̀ mọ̀ pé obìnrin lòun. I mean, woman yẹn is she's too pompous. She doesn't even know she's a lady. She's supposed to be submitting to a man, even though you are in an official environment. It's this man is always talking about submission. You should know that there is a problem somewhere. And also, how does he treat people that are at the same level with him? Is it just, doesn't have respect for people, doesn't treat females well, things that everybody should just, whether we are mates or whatever, you should submit to me. And if you don't say sorry, I won't talk to you anymore? Is it petty? All those kind of things. And then how does he treat people that, are subordinate to him? You walk into the store, he's already talking to the attendant anyhow. Do you know who I am? Do you know how people treat other people? Will give you a glimpse of how they will treat you in the nearest future. And I've seen that play out a lot of times. Trust me. People that are always, always ready to talk about their qualifications, to talk about what they've achieved in exchange for respect. Now, those people are actually dangerous, and I feel like they are they are not safe to be with. I would just put it that way. People that have people that are just after what people have to do for them. They don't even care what they have to do for people. They don't want to know the extra length they want to go for people. They don't want to know how much they want to, impact other people. All they are after is what you have to do for me, and then you are out. The moment you can't do anything, you are out. The moment this my friend is no longer probably earning as much as he can anymore, is out, is no longer my friend. They are not big on values, they are just big after my money, and then just come, I will pay you whatever, and then just get out. People that are just like, they use people and they respect money, people like that. No. So pay attention to all those things, and all these things I've mentioned one priority, I've mentioned pattern, I've mentioned posterity and plans, I've mentioned pockets, and I've mentioned people. These are like the cogent things that I feel like revolves around people, and you need to pay attention to. Okay. And I pray that the Lord will give you the strength and the wisdom to make the right decisions, to walk away, if you know that this is not the right thing for you to do, and definitely bring you the right person in his own beautiful time and in due time. And your heart will be strengthened, and the courage to say no, and the grace to keep what you already have that is so fine and that is so beautiful, the Lord will give unto you in Jesus' name. And once again, I say congratulations in advance, and I will see you